everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to City Skylines. It's been quite a while since I've actually been able to play this game, and also since I've last uploaded a video, and I will apologize for that. I've been really caught up with both work in and out of school, but I've got that sorted out now, and I'll have more time to be able to play the game and also focus on creating and uploading videos for this channel for you guys. But that out of the way, it's time to jump into what is happening on screen. And in this episode, we are going to be creating a business park. Or not really a business park, but an office park. I guess they're the same thing. And it's going to be made up entirely out of these office spaces, these office buildings that were created by, if I'm not mistaken, Boldly Building. You can find them on the Steam Workshop. Make some really fantastic assets. Of course, these are one of them. And they just look they're really detailed and look fantastic. So check them out if you get the chance. But continuing on with the build, this office park consists of multiple complexes. They're all different in a sort of way. And they all have little connections behind them, running around them. And trees that go all along the roadside. There are tons of trees that make up this complex. And it really makes it look nice because the entire city, especially on this side of the river, it is very bleak, very bland. There's not a lot of scenery going on over here, unlike the rest of the city. And even then, that doesn't even have a lot of scenery itself. So there are going to be tons and tons of trees that decorate this entire office park once it's completed. But until then, we are just going to be putting down parking. There's some parking scattered about. Not really a central parking zone, but it kind of just goes along with the idea that this space was just bought out by these companies, and these companies supply their own parking. It's not the entire area isn't owned by a single entity. You know, it's just bought out land. What am I even talking about? When I'm talking about like business and stuff. No, we're talking about City Skylines. So getting back into on a topic that regards to what is being shown on screen. This side of the office park is more, I guess, random. Could be a possible word to use there. And the trees stuck through the highway, as you can see. But like I was saying, this side of the office park is a bit more random than the rest. The offices, I don't know why I started there. The offices that would be put on the other side of the highway, a big section of them follow a very uniform pattern, whereas these kind of just get thrown all around the place and clip through each other and get put on diagonals and whatnot. And that was just an idea that came to me, to not make everything look so concrete and uniform. Get some diversity. And I really like the outcome that comes with this. There could be more decals put into place. This episode was kind of rushed due to the lack of episodes being uploaded in general, so I really wanted to get something out, and I had planned this for quite a while. So it's not quite as detailed as it could be, but it does have a ton of trees and foliage and whatnot all around it in the final product. So we got that to look forward to. But right now I'm just putting down a bunch of these terrain textures and a bunch of multicolored trees. I kind of went for the fall assets and it looks nice when it's mixed in with everything else. But like I was saying before, instead of having grass underneath of the trees, when you look at a real life, whether it be forest or usually just any sort of major set of landscaping, there isn't really grass underneath of it. It's either like dirt or mulch or whatnot, something brown usually, to make it look more, I guess, diverse with the colors, and it's not just green everywhere. Besides, if it's grass, it'll get overrun and it's hard to maintain. So, and also with forests in general, the treetops really cut off sunlight for the grass. So, at least I think. I'm pretty sure that makes sense. But like I was saying, I went ahead and used the texture terrain tiles, because using terrain painter, it would mess up the sidewalks that I had put down, and it just didn't look right. So I went ahead and used the 4x4 tiles of the dirt texture, and as you can see me putting down right now, and they don't mess up the tiles, they don't mess up the pedestrian paths, which I really, really enjoy. So it made building these structures a lot easier, and it made the detailing also easier. And speaking of detailing, I also went ahead and surrounded basically any sort of access to these areas with trees on them. I fenced them off with the black metal fence. Looks really nice, and it makes it look more, I guess, what's the term? Fancy. This office complex is probably, pretty wealthy in itself, so they'd probably have some really good landscapers and whatnot. But here, as you can see, putting in more of these colorful trees and whatnot, and later on in the episode, you'll just see me, instead of randomly placing them down, unless I cut that footage out, I actually copy and paste a bunch of trees and just plop them down in sections that need them. It really took a lot of time off, and that's just a really cool technique to use. But one thing that I didn't do is put car props in the parking lots. I forgot to do that. I had planned, since these aren't just props and they're actually functioning parking lots, I had planned for them to be filled up with cars, of course. But it would appear that cars did not quite park in them at the time that I did the cinematic shots at the end. Cinematic shots were made using the cinematic camera that I finally decided to download. Oh, yeah, I flooded part of the city while terraforming. I forgot all about this. Yeah, some people's cars got swept away. Whoops. Yeah, just extending the terrain out so that way I could be able to properly make the river the proper width before it was too wide. So that's what happened there. And I completely forgot what I was talking about before, so that's great. But oh yeah, I was talking about putting the car props in. So yeah, I mean, the demand for industry was really high, so I expected I expected the office space to be taken up fairly quickly and people to use the parking, but it would appear that that did not go through as planned. So it looks a bit barren, and I also could have put down some more tree and just general decals and whatnot, but as I said previously, this episode was kind of, rushed. But moving on, we are now on the other side of the highway, working on the office complex over here. This side of the complex is comprised of mainly just two types of buildings. The building that you can see on screen right now, and also later on in the episode, the sort of bluish glass all-around building. And that makes up this side of the complex for the majority. And as I said previously, it's a lot more uniform. There's more, 90-degree curves, 90-degree angles, blocked off sort of grid-like sections. But it works out compared to the other side. So both sides look very nice in my opinion, and I'm very happy with the outcome, aside from the fact that, as I said previously, it's a bit barren, but that can always be fixed later on. But right now, I think I'm going to just leave you guys with some time-lapse footage of me creating this. This is going to be the end of me talking right now, but of course there's still plenty more to go. This build is just about half over, so until we get to that point, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next video. Take care.
You dance can grow now, 'cause you dance can grow now. You dance can grow now, 'cause you dance can grow